Houston, we have a problem.
And we may not like the solution. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all the different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we have some breakfast, you'll be alerted to it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Friday morning.
Friday.
And it has been a busy week. Lots of lacrosse games. And I have one tonight, and I'm not really happy with the time. It's at 8 o'clock at night. It
starts at 8.
So it should be a good game, though. So we're having some breakfast. We have here 6 eggs between the two of us.
The population of this house
Sound like Yoda, right?
I know.
6 eggs between the two of us, but they're not the big eggs. They're these little, I call them the mini eggs from the backyard chickens.
But they're good enough, they're smart enough, and gosh darn it, we like them.
I would say these are like the small to medium size. So there's 6 of those divided between the two of us. And then we have the chorizo inside.
Which makes everything better.
And then coffee is, after I scramble the eggs, in the Vitamix, whatever residue is left from the eggs in the Vitamix, with 40 ounces of coffee divided between the two of us, and then a half a scoop of caramel macchiato keto chow.
What you'll notice is, I do not have any of our most favoritist of bread on my plate.
So, you may have guessed by the thumbnail, when we said, Houston, we have a problem, what our problem is. And I bet you're thinking, their bread failed. No. What we've noticed...
It's done the opposite of fail.
And listen, let's start this up. We are not saying there is anything wrong with Maria Emmerich's protein sparing bread.
Clearly,
or any
we love it.
variation that you were doing. I shouldn't say any variation. There are some variations that I have seen out there that I think we're getting a little bit...
Kitchen sink bread.
Yeah.
Don't
like
throw it all
adding lots of fibers. I've seen some adding some wheat into them. I've seen some adding like honey into them. And I think we're getting... remember, the more we add into it, the more we get away from what the intention of the bread was.
Yeah.
Which is a super high protein, very low carb, low fat
And
thing.
right now we're about 4 chocolate chips away from it just being a cookie at this point.
Well, I mean, the only thing we add to ours is the keto chow.
But it can't get out of hands.
But I just want to say, I'm not, there's nothing wrong inherently with the bread. However, we have noticed a problem for us, and that is, sometimes we have a hard time controlling ourselves with it.
Yeah.
I mean, a loaf a day.
Because we take things to the crazy. We are the reason why Weight Watchers has such a thing as 0-point food. Because if I think to myself, well, this bread is super safe, as much as I, want to eat it, it's only just eggs and egg whites, right? Like it's low in calories and it's high in protein. And what's happened, at least for me, I don't even think it's for you as badly, but for me is I can't eat my dinner no more without a sandwich. And that was what I was always concerned about whenever I saw any type of 0-carb bread start to enter the marketplace. It's the same thing with like tortillas and everything else. Like when I saw it on the shelves, because for a long time, I would say we had like 2 solid years of never having anything, a bread or a tortilla.
More than that. I mean, I've been keto for 5 years.
Yeah.
And until the Maria Emmerich bread, the only bread we ever ate on keto was pretty much, if we were doing a review, and the occasional Fox Hills bread.
Right, that kind of thing.
That was it. And then we had like our biscuit or something like that, but we never really had any real bread. We never ate any of those keto breads you see in the stores.
But there was a while that there was nothing before there was even like the Aldi bread and all that kind of stuff. And we used Smart Buns, but their costs made them more prohibitive as far as like I was aware that I'm, I need to treat this like it's something special.
We still have some in the freezer from 3 years ago.
But this becomes so easy to make. We've got it to a comfortable price point, and then I get bread. So and it's funny because before keto, I didn't need to have bread with every single meal, right? Because you had a variety of carby nonsense that you could incorporate into your meal. It's only now that I'm keto that I'm like, okay, the things that remind me of home and remind me of pre-keto are there's a smaller amount of those things. Right. And now we made a safe one. This one seems safe, but it's still not safe if I'm eating a loaf of bread. The intention of making bread was not that I would sit down and eat a loaf of it during the day.
The bottom line is we've gotten to the point where it's controlling us. And I know somebody right now is going to be down in the comments section because it shows up all the time. And if you want to put your hate down there, go ahead and put the hate down there.
This is our
Somebody
vlog.
is going to put down there like, I can't believe you're allowing a food to control yourself.
I'm sorry.
We're addicts. Okay? We're addicts.
And our drug of choice is food.
And our drug of choice is food and carbohydrates. Now, are there carbohydrates in here? Not a lot compared to regular bread. But the bottom line is, the way we make it, when we add in keto chow, a full loaf of the Maria Emmerich bread is about 14 or 15 carbs. There's carbs in eggs, whether you want to count them or not. A full loaf of the Maria Emmerich bread, adding in the keto chow, is over 600 calories. When you add in like a couple of egg yolks and stuff the way we do.
And then I slather it with butter.
And then we put butter on top of it.
Which is adding fat to it.
And so, listen, we've eaten an entire loaf in a sitting as French toast. And if you want to do that, that's awesome. And I wouldn't mind doing that as French toast because it's a meal. But here's how the bread has begun controlling us. It's become a drive-by. And as we will say all the time, anytime you put something in your mouth, like any kind of food, whether it be carbs or fat or protein, you are going to cause an insulin reaction.
Right.
Protein is going to cause more of an insulin reaction than fat. And what is the Maria Emmerich bread?
Protein.
Super high protein. So if every time I enter into the kitchen, we look down and we see the bread and we grab a slice of bread, I'm causing an insulin reaction. Which is now going to make it so that I can't lose weight or possibly gain weight, because you cannot lose weight in the presence of insulin because insulin is a fat-storing hormone. And oh, by the way, I can't eat a slice of this bread without putting some butter on it. So now I've got the bread that I've now just slapped a half a tablespoon of butter on it.
So this message isn't for everybody. This message is for
us.
Rachel and Joe. So I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna tap out a minute and like take a little time out from the bread. I love it, but I need some distance so that I can put it back into its place. I need to eat it at mealtime, but I need to get out of the practice of
it has to be at every meal.
Coming through the kitchen too during the day. And just getting a piece of this bread like I do. And
it may not just be bread. For you, it could be something else. Anything that is a food that is calling your name, unless you want it, unless it's beef. But if there is anything that, like, I cannot go a day without, it is controlling your life. It could be keto chow. It could be cheese. It could be nuts.
Could be berries.
It could be berries.
Could be chocolate.
If there is anything that is controlling you to the point where you're like, I cannot go 24 or 48 hours without this.
It could be coffee.
It may be something that you look at and go, you know what? Maybe I should take a little hiatus from this. We have done 2 bouts of BBB and E to go, I'm going to take a hiatus from jalapeno poppers and from eating a whole bunch of sweeteners and a whole bunch of desserts. And it was good for us. It allowed us to put those things back into their place, and we no longer need to eat jalapeno poppers 6 out of 7 days a week.
Well, it's interesting because if you've ever had like a really aggravating neighbor, like we have we have a neighbor in our neighborhood that, like, if we put our RV out or he doesn't like it when we have our garbage cans out 20 seconds early, like, he comes by and tries to be the boss of our house. Mm-hmm. And it makes us really mad, right? Because it's like, how dare you be the boss of me? And we get aggravated at it, right? But we allow certain foods to be the boss of us unchecked.
Right.
And it was funny. So coffee was always like a big boss of me too. And I remember somebody that was at church just kind of made the remark, and they didn't mean it like in a mean way, that it was basically like, Rachel's the most disciplined person I know, except for coffee's the boss of her. And in that moment, I got very angry at myself because it was true. It was like, how dare there be anything that is a boss of me? And so it was right there that I took the reins and I was like, you know what? I'm going to like not have any coffee for 30 days. And was it a painful time? Yes. But I liked the idea of having a triumph over something that had previously been the boss of me. And I think that there was a lot of victory when we did beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, because maybe sugar alcohols was being the boss of us, or there was, at that time, we couldn't go a day without jalapeno poppers. So it was like, if I allow any food to become the boss of me again, I really want to combat that, because I don't like that about, food being the boss over me.
I have a present for you.
You do?
Yes. You might want to go over to the counter.
Should it be this side up? Probably, right?
Yeah. So we pre-ordered, if it's what I think it is.
I hope it is.
We pre-ordered this a long time ago.
Because we don't want to miss out on it.
And we just got it. And should be one of your favorite things.
Here we go.
Just have fun throughout Christmas.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we got 2 of them.
Well, one of them is a present for somebody.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's a Harry Potter sensei.
Here, I'll put the other one off to the side since it is a present for someone.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, I'm excited. This is so stinking cool. Oh wow.
We have a slight addiction to these.
It is Hogwarts.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
How stinking cool is this? That's what I like about Scentsy, is because for whatever reason they get all of the good.
What kind is it?
Franchises.
Hey, it uses a light bulb.
We love everything Disney. We love everything Harry Potter, and we love everything comic books. Well, I mean, Disney owns Marvel, so yeah. So we get all of this stuff.
One of the things to note as you're putting that together, because it uses a light bulb, we've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
There are different size light bulbs. And I don't mean the base size. I mean the wattage. And we were ordering some when we had some burnt out light bulbs.
Look, it's my letter from Harry Potter.
And you need to get the ones that have enough wattage. So it says it actually on the bottom of the thing, like what size wattage you should have.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not enough, it won't
melt. And especially if you're like in a cold climate, or even like us in air conditioning. We found times where the air conditioning was blowing on them and they wouldn't melt.
I am so stinking happy. Look, it's every single house.
What do they smell like though?
So let's see. Gryffindor says bravery and determination. So there's a lemon zest, cinnamon leaf, amber, and
okay, that means
woods.
nothing to me. Actually open it up and let's smell them.
Ralph. It is very, like, almost cinnamon cologne-y to me. I like this. Anthony would really like this. It's kind of funny because I'm thinking it smells like Anthony, which is right because he's Gryffindor. So then, let's see. Slytherin is deep blackberry, dark chocolate, fresh oak moss, and crisp leather. Does this smell like Joe? It does. It smells like clean Joe. I like this. It's kind of, it is manly, I will say. Hufflepuff is just and loyal, and the smell is warm cinnamon sugar, golden apple, white hazelnuts, and whipped vanilla almond. Aww. It does. It smells, I'll tell you what it smells like. It smells like candied nuts, which is not a bad smell. I love that smell. All right, now last but not least, Ravenclaw. That's my house. Wit and wisdom. What does wit and wisdom smell like? Apparently to them, it smells like smooth vanilla, airy white musk, incense spiked with sandalwood and mahogany woods. Oh, that is interesting. I actually really like it. I feel like if I was choosing it for myself because it's my smells, it would be like a baked good. But it smells like something you would find in a library. That kind of smell, which I love. Wow. Okay, so here is the question. What house do we put in the Hogwarts burner first?
Hufflepuff. I got to get ready for my game. Actually, I am ready for my game. But the referee, it's a 3-man game today. He just texted us. It takes 30 minutes to get to the school.
Yes.
And so generally you're supposed to be there a half hour before a game.
Right.
So we're going to get there a half hour before a game. He just texted us, I'd like you there 45 minutes before the game. And my feeling is, like, you're the referee. Why didn't you message us yesterday to tell us, like, be there 45 minutes before? Like,
I wouldn't message you if it's like an hour before that I would want you there 45 minutes before.
Exactly. So I'm waiting for Anthony to get dressed. I want to show you.
So gross.
So for those of you who saw our vlog the other day where Rachel was making the sauerkraut, this is 3 days later. But you see why we said
put it in a thing.
Make sure you put it in a thing because it
Splash
is
zone.
The gases are bubbling up over, but it's really fermenting well.
Yeah.
And we did forget to mention in that video that you really need to get like the glass weights because that holds the cabbage down. Otherwise, you will get some mold. If you get some mold on there or mildew on there, that's okay. You just pull those leaves out. It's not going to hurt you.
It's not ruin the whole batch.
This is all about fermentation. And also, somebody had asked us during that vlog that, like, hey, how can you can this? I'm going to leave an article down below on how to can it because you really don't want to heat can it. If you heat can it, you kill the probiotics in here. That's why we always say go to the refrigerated section when you're buying sauerkraut. You want the probiotics alive for your stomach. And what it is you're going to kill them off at 108 degrees, and it takes 180 degrees to can it. So Rachel is on her own for dinner because I didn't really want to eat before the game, and I'm honestly not super hungry, so I don't even know if I'm going to eat after the game. I'm going to have, this is the chocolate peanut butter keto brick, 125 calorie version of it. And then I got some more yogurt for you.
I look like a hot mess. I just got back from 5 Mile Walk and trip to the dog park where we saw the tiniest poodle ever in existence. And of course, Tab thought it was a squirrel and was chasing after it.
We were talking on our live stream, like, you want crazy? Here's how Rachel's going to be going to church. We're starting a circus series in church this week. There's your costume.
I think I'm gonna rock this outfit.
And then I wanted you to try this. Our gummies are there by the time this video is out. Our gummy bear recipe will be out. And you're gonna see in it, there's gonna be 3 different ways to make it. The main ingredients are all the same, but it's what are you gonna use for the sweetener. And you're gonna be able to use either sucralose, which is the way we prefer it.
Right.
Or stevia. Or you can use our corn syrup. Or you can use just straight up allulose. The final consistency is very similar between the 3 of them. The difference becomes the net or the total carbs per gummy bear. And based on these sizes, you're going to be looking at, if you use either our corn syrup or allulose, I think it's like 10 total carbs per gummy bear, but it's 0 net carbs.
Yeah.
But if you go this way, it is like 0.3 total carbs per gummy bear. Like 60 gummy bears doing it as with liquid sucralose or stevia. 60 gummy bears ends up being 20 total carbs with 20 grams of fiber. But it's a good fiber. It's acacia gum. Whereas with the other version, when you're using the corn syrup or straight up allulose, it's like 64 total carbs for a batch at 0 net carbs. So it's your choice.
Everybody wants something different. For some people, ingredients is paramount. For some people, total carbs is paramount. So it's just what works for you.
And for me, I've got to assume I'm going to eat the entire batch. And that's a big thing. I don't want to eat 64 total carbs and gummy bears. I am okay with 20 total carbs, knowing that all of the carbs are gum acacia or acacia gum or Senegal fiber, however you want to call it.
No matter what, they're super cute.
So, what are you doing for dinner?
Hamburger and some bacon.
Cool.
Okay, Daddy and Anthony left for their game. Caleb is having dinner over at my mom's house. And it's just us ladies left. So me and Tabitha are having dinner. She actually already ate her dinner while I ate my yogurt. And that pretty much filled me up, but I still wanted to get my Sam's Club cheeseburger in. So I just threw it in the air fryer along with a strip of bacon. And I'm having a serving of the kimchi that we got from Trader Joe's. It is so stinking delicious. I think I saved a serving for Joe, but yeah, he's gonna have to scrape the sides in order to get his serving because I made sure that I got mine because it's really, really tasty as a burger topper. So, bon appetit. How was your game?
It was good. It was two competitive teams. The score wasn't great, but it was good lacrosse because they're like, you know, good quality teams.
Evenly matched, you feel?
Yeah, like the score didn't reflect the game itself, but that's okay. You made me dinner.
I did. So
thank you.
I have an half an ounce of cheese actually.
Okay.
Made into, well, I just fried it up in a frying pan, so I got a circle, and then I rolled half of a hot dog in it with some sauerkraut because he wanted hot dogs and sauerkraut tonight.
Love sauerkraut.
Cut up the other half here, and then I have another hot dog split between these guys. This is the jicama? Was that what we used as like a tortilla? And I put the rest of the kimchi in each one.
Which cheese is this?
It is a Colby Jack.
Oh, okay, because Anthony found that bacon cheese. And I caught him like shredding it onto his food. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's
like
Daddy's
you're using
cheese.
Daddy's cheese. So, well, thank you for making dinner for me.
You're welcome.
It is late. I wasn't gonna eat. I'm like, I'm not super hungry.
I wasn't
but
letting
I'm
him
a little hungry.
I wasn't letting him get away with it.
Why?
Because I know you need to eat.
Right. So I'm gonna be up for a couple of hours anyway. I want to watch a little bit of TV, and I just probably won't eat like super early tomorrow. I do have a game tomorrow, but it's like a middle school game or a JV game. It's one game in Miami, so
It's a schlep.
it's not too bad. It's about an hour drive, but I don't mind a Saturday in Miami because there's no traffic.
Yeah, you don't have
dealing with all that Miami
midweek traffic.
But I think we're going to end the vlog right here and try to keep this one a little bit short. I know we talked a little bit this morning, but I think, you know, those are just some issues that we're both dealing with right now. And so hopefully it benefits somebody.
Hope it blesses someone.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel, click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we're in our jammies, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time.
Bye.